Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Note to Self. In today's episode, I'm going to be talking all about radiance and how to achieve your next level of radiance. And by radiance, I mean that glow up energy, because the true glow up is the internal glow up that affects every area of your life. And this is what I refer to as radiance. We know those people who hold radiance, who just seem to glow from the inside out, who are magnets for abundance and miracles. And in my life recently, I took part in a rose dieta, which I have been sharing a little bit with you guys on the podcast. And I actually created a very affordable course with a ton of beautiful information, support, somatic release support for releasing stored stagnant emotions in the body, which I'm going to be talking into in a moment, and also guided meditations. There's so much goodness in the experience of a rose dieta, and it's incredibly accessible for you to do. So I encourage you that if rose is making her way to you, maybe you've been seeing roses lately, or you followed my experience on my dieta and you were curious, I definitely recommend checking it out and seeing if this is something that would benefit you in your life. So for me, rose created the space, like really paved the pathway for me to achieve a next level of radiance in my life. And when it comes to radiance, the way that I see this, the way that I feel this is living with an open heart. The ability to keep the heart open, because an open heart is a magnet for miracles. Truly, 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 I will always come back to this place of knowing that heart space energy is the most magnetic. And we know how that feels, right? Like we know how it feels when your heart is open, when you're just in love with life. It doesn't matter what anything looks like. You're so present to the beauty that's around you. In that experience, you radiate joy, you radiate love. You really are a pure, radiant being because you are exuding love. You are able to witness the true divine love that you are. And when you see yourself as that, you give permission and allow the rest of the world to see you as that as well. And through accessing a next level of radiance in my life through this rose dieta, I've attracted just the most incredible, beautiful synchronicities, miracles, people, experiences. The list goes on and on. I mean, at the present time recording this for you guys, I'm in Iquitos, Peru, and I just had the most beautiful, abundant week. I've been here for just over a week now, and it's been so full of pinch me moments. Like I could not make this up. And I truly believe that it's because I'm coming at my life from an open heart and I'm exuding that radiance that attracts opportunities, people, abundance to me in a multitude of ways. And I know that on the healing journey or on the self-awareness journey or the manifestation journey, it can be so easy to focus on, well, I'll just manifest the money and then I'll feel a certain way, or I'll just manifest the car or the clothes or like whatever it is. Imagine or think about a time in your life where you were maybe scrolling on Instagram or on TikTok and you're like, oh, well, maybe I'll just get that jewelry and then I'll feel radiant or I'll feel beautiful. The true beauty is within, right? It's never going to be the pair of earrings. It's never going to be the makeup. It's never going to be whatever it is. The true radiance that your heart desires comes from clearing the space that's blocking your heart from remaining open. And when your heart is open, you have access to a beautiful amount of abundant energy that allows you to move through your life with grace and ease. And a really good analogy or something to share with you guys to kind of describe this energy, like the radiance energy that just exudes from you, where you have the ability to take part in your life, that you have the ability to be energetic and playful with your life. Michael Singer in The Untethered Soul, he talks about this as, you know, I think we've all been at that place where we've been in a funk. He uses this example of a breakup where you go through this breakup and you feel so depressed that you can barely get out of bed, you know, but you could order takeout. There's takeout boxes all around, but your space isn't clean. I mean, I can say I've definitely been in that space where I've been in a rut and I just have no energy to clean the space around me. But of course, that Physical clutter is mental clutter. And then he says, you're just in this funky place for a couple of weeks because you're missing your ex or you're missing whoever, and you're just wondering how you're going to be able to go on without them, or that life sucks, et cetera, et cetera. The mind is in its spirally phase. We've all been there. And then all of a sudden, let's say you get that call from the ex and they're crying and they're like, I made a terrible mistake. Like, I love you. I want to see you. I want to take you back. And then all of a sudden you're leapt off the couch. You're cleaning your space. You are showering. You are just getting that glow up, getting all that color back into your face, right? So it's in the funky phase, whenever we find ourselves in a funk, that our heart is closed. And it's when our heart is open that we feel that we've got this incredible amount of energy, that we are radiant, that we're go-getting it, that like it is here. But the power is in keeping your heart open in a way that it is not dependent on the external reality. As in, if somebody breaks up with you, or you lose your job, or something doesn't go the way that you wanted, that you don't close your heart, that you keep that heart open. That is radiance, right? That radiant energy. And I wanted to share that with you guys because I think it's one thing that we can all relate to. And I think we all know what it feels like when our heart is closed, whether that was in regards to someone in our lives maybe leaving or passing away, or a job falling through, or something not going the way that we expected. We all know what it feels like to have a closed heart, and it's not a good place. It eventually leads to feelings of depression and intense sadness. So I encourage you to think about right now a time in your life where you can remember, my heart was closed. And then remember, or perhaps your heart is open right now, but just come to remember what it feels like when your heart is truly open and you're truly in love with life, you're truly okay with everything, right? That is radiance. That's what I refer to as radiance. You can really just tell these people who are so in love with their lives. And I can say that I'm truly more in love with my life than ever before. And it's in this radiance. Like I said, I'm a magnet for miracles. And the way that I see that is that my heart is open. But how did I get my heart open to a next level through Rose? Well, the experience through Rose Dieta is intentionally moving through a ceremony with yourself. Rose is such a beautiful flower. We know this. And she represents unconditional love, divine beauty, as well as discernment and healthy boundaries, and a multitude of other beautiful lessons. But what I will say is that when it came to achieving this next level of radiance, opening my heart with Rose further, what it required me to do was clear all of that clutter that was stagnant energy over my heart. And the key is living with the heart open and choosing not to close. It's not like when you get to this place where I feel like I am now, it's not how do I keep my heart open? It's how do I not close? It's recognizing the spaces and times somebody says something to me, or I get freaked out about something or whatever else. It's choosing not to close in those moments. And I now have the power of choice to do that because I've cleared a significant amount of stagnant energy and blockages over my heart that Rose supported me through in my personal 2-week dieta. And I'm just about to go into the Amazon in less than a week now, actually, recording this podcast, where I will be taking part in a 2-week traditional dieta with Bob and Sauna, the Amazonian heart opener. So I'm excited to share more of that when I come back with you guys, because I'm just very passionate about the heart space and the heart space energy and radiance and all this good stuff. But in order to get to this place where I feel like I have control over my heart opening and closing, I have this power of awareness, was because I had to do the cleanup. And Rose allowed me to do this cleanup. So if you're feeling called, if you feel like you desire to have more control and awareness around the opening and closing of your heart, and you desire to keep that heart open, to access your true radiance, to see yourself as radiant and beautiful and divine love, I encourage you to check out Opening Your Heart with Rose, which will be linked down below. And let me know if you sign up when you get started. You can share it with me on social media. I would absolutely love to see it. And I'm sending you all so much love. You are truly all radiant, beautiful, loving, abundant beings. And it's time that you see yourself as that. So whatever it takes, I'm inspiring you today to just see yourself as beautiful, radiant, and heart wide open. Love you.
Thanks for listening to Note to Self. If you enjoyed this episode, please help me out by rating and reviewing this show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If my energy is resonating with you and you feel the call to work with me, there are an abundance of ways to do so. I offer one-to-one life coaching programs, mastermind containers, and DIY courses, all of which are available through my website, zoeariel.co. Until next time, take note of all the abundance that surrounds you as you make the most of this game called life.